Hello everyone, my name's Black, and welcome to part 2 of my Team Fortress 2 Unusual Trading Guide, where I tell you guys the ins and outs of unusual trading in an easy to understand way. Last episode, we learned about what unusual hats were and how to get them. This episode, I'm going to be talking about the different kinds of effects that unusual hats can have, and which effects are better than others. To start off here, if you've looked ahead into unusual trading at all, you probably know that people really like to talk about other generations, or just gens, of unusual effects. There are currently 3 gens of unusuals, with a couple extra sets of unusuals that don't really fit into a gen. This may be kind of hard to understand at first, but it's really easy once you get into it. I'm going to be laying out each gen for you and listing out each effect in each gen from worst to best, starting with the worst effects, the 3rd gens. The 3rd gen hats, or summer effects as most traders call them, are almost universally hated for being mediocre looking and overpopulating the market. They are the most frequently unboxed effects, and in this summer effect group are the effects Aces High, Dead Presidents, Kilowatt, Terror Watt, Miami Nights, Cloud 9, and Disco Beatdown. Another group of effects, the robotic effects, are also considered a part of the 3rd gen effect group. These effects, however, are much more popular than the summer effects. They're unboxed much less frequently, and a few of them are even considered high tier. Included in the robotic effects group are Overclocked, Memory Leak, Electrostatic, Power Surge, Phosphorus, Sulphurous, Time Warp, Green Black Hole, Antifreeze, and Roboactive. Antifreeze and Roboactive are the ones that are the most sought after in this group by far, and sometimes people even put these on par with the best effects in the game. The next group of hats, the 2nd gens, are mostly based around weather or natural things. These aren't unboxed as often as 3rd gens, and this set actually contains what many people consider to be the worst effect in the game, but their prices are stable and they're generally more sellable than the 3rd gens. Included in this group are the effects Nuts and Bolts, that's what I was talking about. Expect a hat with this effect to be your first unusual. It ain't pretty, but everyone has to start somewhere. Then Bubbling, Steaming, Smoking, Orbiting Fire, Orbiting Planets, Blizzardy Storm, and Stormy Storm. Finally, we move on to the 1st gen hats. Considered by most to be the best effects in the game, they were also the first ones to be put in 2010. These are rarely unboxed now, and are somewhat hard to find, since only older series supply crates can contain them, but nevertheless they're constantly sought out by traders above all other types of hats. The 1st gen group contains Masked Flies, Green Confetti, Purple Confetti, Circling TF Logo, Circling Peace Sign, Searing Plasma, Vivid Plasma, Haunted Ghosts, Circling Heart, Green Energy, Purple Energy, Sunbeams, Scorching Flames, and Burning Flames. Sunbeams, Scorching Flames, and Burning Flames are considered by most to be the big 3, or the best 3 effects in the game. Those effects on just about any hat are sure to get attention. Wait a second though, we're not done yet. There's another set of unusual effects out there, although this one doesn't really fit into a gen since it has generations of its own. The group is Halloween effects. Each year since Halloween 2011, Valve has released a small set of unusual effects that are unboxable only during the Halloween event. These effects are generally sought after, although due to rarity and other factors, they're not always available. The Halloween effects for 2011, or the 1st gen Halloweens, are Cauldron Bubbles, Eerie Orbiting Fire, Flaming Lantern, and Cloudy Moon. Cloudy Moon is arguably the highest tier Halloween unusual effect in the game. The Halloween 2012 effects, or the 2nd gen Halloweens, are Stormy 13th Hour, Knife Storm, Misty Skull, Harvest Moon, and It's a Secret to Everybody. Harvest and Secret are the next 2 best things to the original Cloudy Moon. The Halloween 2013 effects, or 3rd gen Halloweens, are the most recent set. Because they came out after the summer effects and robotic effects, a lot of traders consider them to be 3rd gen hats, and therefore a number of people don't want to buy them. However, a number of them are still pretty awesome looking. The effects in this group are Something Burning This Way Comes, CHIROPTERA VENENATA, Poison Shadows, Hellfire, Demon Flame. I actually unboxed a Demon Flame hat. It's a Wraith Wrap. It looked pretty darn good. Then Dark Blaze, Spellbound, and Arcana. Alright, that's all the effects. Quite the extensive list, so it's hard sometimes to know what's good and what's bad. Generally, how good an effect looks can be a decent determiner of the effect being good or bad. Something like sunbeams, for example, definitely looks better than nuts and bolts. That'll do it for this episode, guys. I hope you liked this overview of the unusual effects and tiers. If you liked it, hit that like button, means a lot to me. And if you like what I'm doing here, or if you want to be notified of my future videos, hit subscribe. Stay awesome, guys, and I'll see you next time.